Martina Hingis is a Swiss professional tennis player who is currently ranked world No. 2 in doubles by the WTA. She spent a total of 209 weeks as the singles world No. 1 and has won 5 Grand Slam singles titles, 12 Grand Slam women's doubles titles, winning a calendar year doubles Grand Slam in 1998, and 5 Grand Slam mixed doubles titles, for a combined total of 22 major titles. In addition, she has won the season-ending WTA championships 2 times in singles and 3 times in doubles, and is an Olympic medalist, winning silver in women's doubles at the 2016 Summer Olympic Games. Hingis set a series of youngest ever records, including youngest ever Grand Slam champion and youngest ever world No. 1, before ligament injuries in both ankles forced her to withdraw temporarily from professional tennis in 2002. At the age of 22, she had won 40 singles titles and 36 doubles titles up until that point, and, according to Forbes, had been the highest-paid female athlete in the world for 5 consecutive years, 1997 to 2001. After several surgeries and long recuperations, Hingis returned to the WTA Tour in 2006, climbing to world No. 6 and winning 3 singles titles, and also receiving the Laureus World Sports Award for Comeback of the Year. She retired in November 2007, following months of injuries and a positive test for benzoylecgonine, a metabolite of cocaine, during the 2007 Wimbledon Championships, which led to a 2-year suspension from the sport. In July 2013, Hingis came out of retirement to play the North American hardcourt season, partnering Daniela Hentukova. After achieving moderate success in 2014 playing with Sabine Lisicki and Flavia Pennetta, she partnered with Sania Mirza in March 2015. Together they won 3 consecutive Grand Slam titles: the 2015 Wimbledon Championships, the 2015 US Open, and the 2016 Australian Open. During her comeback, Hingis also won all 4 Grand Slam mixed doubles tournaments alongside Leander Paes and a silver medal, partnering Timea Baksinski at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. Widely considered to be one of the greatest Swiss athletes in history and an all-time tennis great, Tennis Magazine ranked her in 2005 as the 22nd greatest player, male or female, of the preceding 40 years. She was named one of the 30 legends of women's tennis, past, present and future, by Time in June 2011. In 2013, Hingis was elected into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and was appointed 2 years later the organization's first-ever global ambassador. Childhood and early career. Hingis was born in Košice, Czechoslovakia as Martina Hingis to accomplished tennis players Melanie Molitorova and Karol Hingis. Molitorova was a professional tennis player who was once ranked 10th among women in Czechoslovakia, and was determined to develop Hingis into a top player as early as pregnancy. Her father was ranked as high as 19th in the Czechoslovak tennis rankings. Martina Hingis spent her early childhood growing up in the town of Rožnov. Hingis's parents divorced when she was 6, and she and her mother defected from Czechoslovakia in 1987 and emigrated to Trubach in Switzerland when she was 7. Her mother remarried to a Swiss man, Andreas Sog, a computer technician. Martina Hingis acquired Swiss citizenship through naturalization. Hingis began playing tennis when she was 2 years old and entered her first tournament at age 4. In 1993, 12-year-old Hingis became the youngest player to win her Slam Junior title, the girls' singles at the French Open. In 1994, she retained her French Open junior title, won the girls' singles title at Wimbledon, and reached the final of the US Open. She made her WTA debut in October 1994, 2 weeks after her 14th birthday. She ended the year ranked world No. 87. Grand Slam success and period of dominance. In 1996, Hingis became the youngest Grand Slam champion of all time, when she teamed with Helena Suková at Wimbledon to win the women's doubles title at age 15 years and 9 months. She also won her first professional singles title that year at Filderstadt, Germany. She reached the singles quarterfinals at the 1996 Australian Open and the singles semi-finals of the 1996 US Open. Following her win at Filderstadt, Hingis defeated the reigning Australian Open champion and co-top-ranked Monica Seles in the final at Oakland. Hingis then lost to Graf at the year-end WTA Tour Championships final. In 1997, Hingis became the undisputed world #1 women's tennis player. She started the year by winning the warm-up tournament in Sydney. She then became the youngest Grand Slam singles winner in the 20th century by winning the Australian Open at age 16 years and 3 months. In March, she became the youngest top-ranked player in history. In July, she became the youngest singles champion at Wimbledon since Lottie Dod in 1887 by beating Jana Novotná in the final. She then defeated another up-and-coming player, Venus Williams, in the final of the US Open. The only Grand Slam singles title that Hingis failed to win in 1997 was the French Open, where she lost in the final to Eva Majoli. She won the Australian Open women's doubles with Natasha Zvereva. In 1998, Hingis won all 4 of the Grand Slam women's doubles titles, only the 4th in women's tennis history to do so, and she became only the 3rd woman to hold the #1 ranking in both singles and doubles simultaneously. She also retained her Australian Open singles title by beating Conquita Martinez in straight sets in the final. Hingis, however, lost in the final of the US Open to Lindsay Davenport. Davenport ended an 80-week stretch Hingis had enjoyed as the No. 1 singles player in October 1998, but Hingis finished the year by beating Davenport in the final of the WTA Tour Championships. 1999-1999 saw Hingis win her 3rd successive Australian Open singles crown as well as the doubles title. She had dropped her former doubles partner Jana Novotná. She then reached the French Open final and was 3 points away from victory in the second set before losing to Steffi Graf, about whom she had said before, "Steffi had some results in the past, but it's a faster, more athletic game now. She is old now. Her time has passed." Quote, "She broke into tears after a game in which the crowd had booed her for using underhand serves and crossing the line in a discussion about an umpire decision. After a shock first-round, straight-set loss to Jelena Dokic at Wimbledon, Hingis bounced back to reach her 3rd consecutive US Open final, where she lost to 17-year-old Serena Williams. Hingis won a total of 7 singles titles that year and reclaimed the No. 1 singles ranking. She also reached the final of the WTA Tour Championships, where she lost to Lindsay Davenport. In 2000, Hingis again found herself in both the singles and doubles finals at the Australian Open. This time, however, she lost both. Her 3-year hold on the singles championship ended when she lost to Davenport. Later, Hingis and Mary Pierce, her new doubles partner, lost to Lisa Raymond and Rennie Stubbs. Hingis captured the French Open women's doubles title with Pierce and produced consistent results in singles tournaments throughout the year. She reached the quarterfinals at Wimbledon before losing to Venus Williams. Although she did not win Grand Slam singles tournament, she kept the year-end No. 1 ranking because of 9 tournament championships, including the WTA Tour Championships where she won the singles and doubles titles. Injuries and first retirement from tennis. In 2001, Switzerland, with Hingis and Roger Federer on its team, won the Hopman Cup. Hingis was undefeated in singles during the event, defeating Tamarine Tanasugan, Nicole Pratt, Amanda Coetzer and Monica Seles. Hingis reached her 5th consecutive Australian Open final in 2001, defeating both of the Williams sisters en route, before losing to Jennifer Capriati. She briefly ended her coaching relationship with her mother Melanie early in the year, but had a change of heart 2 months later just before the French Open. 2001 was her least successful year in several seasons, with only 3 tournament victories in total. She lost her No. 1 ranking for the last time on the 14th of October 2001. In that same month, Hingis underwent surgery on her right ankle. Coming back from injury, Hingis won the Australian Open doubles final at the start of 2002 and reached a 6th straight Australian Open final in singles. Again facing Capriati, Hingis led by a set and 4-0 and had 4 match points but lost in 3 sets. In May 2002, she needed another ankle ligament operation, this time on her left ankle. After that, she continued to struggle with injuries and was not able to recapture her best form. In February 2003, at the age of 22, Hingis announced her retirement from tennis due to her injuries and being in pain. "I want to play tennis only for fun and concentrate more on horse riding and finish my studies." Quote. In several interviews, she indicated she wanted to go back to her country and coach full-time. During this segment of her tennis career, Hingis won 40 singles titles and 36 doubles events. She held the world No. 1 singles ranking for a total of 209 weeks. Chris Evert and Serena Williams. In 2005, Tennis Magazine put her in 22nd place in its list of 40 greatest players of the tennis era. Return to the game. In February 2005, Hingis made an unsuccessful return to competition at an event in Pattaya, Thailand, where she lost to Germany's Marlene Weingartner in the first round. After the loss, she claimed that she had no further plans for a comeback. Hingis, however, resurfaced in July, playing singles, doubles, and mixed doubles in World Team Tennis and notching up singles victories over 2 top 100 players and shutting out Martina Navratilova in singles. On the 7th of July, with these promising results behind her, Hingis announced on the 29th of November her return to the WTA Tour in 2006. At the Australian Open, Hingis lost in the quarter-finals to second-seeded Kim Clijsters. However, Hingis won the mixed doubles title with Mahesh Bhupathi of India. This was her first career Grand Slam mixed doubles title and 15th overall. The week after the Australian Open, Hingis defeated world No. 4 Maria Sharapova in the semi-finals of the Tier 1 Toray Pan-Pacific Open in Tokyo before losing in the final to world No. 9 Elena Demontieva. Hingis competed in Dubai, then reaching the quarterfinals before falling to Sharapova at the Tier 1 Pacific Life Open in Indian Wells, California. Hingis defeated world No. 4 Lindsay Davenport in the 4th round before again losing to Sharapova in the semi-finals at the Tier 1 Internazionale BNL d'Italia in Rome. Hingis posted her 500th career singles match victory in the quarter-finals, beating world No. 18 Flavia Pennetta, and subsequently won the tournament with wins over Venus Williams in the semi-finals and Dinara Safina in the final. This was her 41st Women's Tennis Association Tour singles title and first in more than 4 years. Hingis then reached the quarter-finals of the French Open before losing to Kim Clijsters. At Wimbledon, Hingis lost in the third round to Isuguyama. Hingis's return to the US Open was short-lived, as she was upset in the second round by world No. 112 Virginie Razzano of France. In her first tournament after the US Open, Hingis won the second title of her comeback at the Tier 3 Sunfeast Open in Kolkata, India. She defeated unseeded Russian Olga Puchkova in the final. The following week in Seoul, Hingis notched her 50th match win of the year before losing in the second round to Sanya Mirza. Hingis qualified for the year-ending WTA Tour Championships in Madrid as the 8th seed. In her round-robin matches, she lost in 3 sets to both Justine Henin and Amélie Mauresmo but defeated Nadia Petrova. Hingis ended the year ranked world No. 7. She also finished 8th in prize money earnings. Hingis also ranked as number 7 on the annual top Google News searches in 2006. 2007 At the Australian Open, Hingis won her first 3 rounds without losing a set before defeating China's Li Na in the 4th round. Hingis then lost a quarter-final match to Kim Clijsters. This was the second consecutive year that Hingis had lost to Clijsters in the quarter-finals of the Australian Open and the third time in the last 5 Grand Slam tournaments that Clijsters had eliminated Hingis in the quarter-finals. Hingis won her next tournament, the Tier 1 Toray Pan-Pacific Open in Tokyo, defeating Anna Ivanovic in the final. This was Hingis's record 5th singles title at this event. A hip injury that troubled her at the German Open caused her withdrawal from the Internazionale BNL d'Italia, where she was the defending champion, and the French Open, the only important singles title that eluded her. In her first round match at Wimbledon, Hingis saved 2 match points to defeat British wildcard Naomi Cavaday, apparently not having fully recovered from the hip injury that prevented her from playing the French Open. In the third round, Hingis lost to Laura Granville of the United States, and stated afterwards she should not have entered the tournament. Hingis's next tournament was the last Grand Slam tournament of the year, the US Open, in which Hingis lost in the third round to Belarusian teenager Victoria Azarenka. Hingis did not play any tournaments after the China Open, as she was beset by injuries for the rest of the year, ITF suspension and second retirement. In November 2007, Hingis called a press conference to announce that she was under investigation for testing positive for benzoyl, a metabolite of cocaine, during a urine test taken by players at Wimbledon. Hingis's urine sample contained an estimated 42 nanograms per milliliter of benzoyl, less than half the level required for a positive confirmatory test for cocaine in the workplace under the United States government substance abuse and mental health services administration guidelines. The International Tennis Federation's report on the matter mentions that the very low estimated concentration of benzoyl was such that it would go unreported in many drug testing programs such as that of the U.S. military, which uses a screening threshold of 150 nanograms ml. As the amount was so minute, Hingis appealed, arguing the likely cause was contamination rather than intentional ingestion. In January 2008, the International Tennis Federation's tribunal suspended Hingis from the sport for 2 years, effective from October 2007. Having retired for the second time in 2007, Hingis played an exhibition match at the Liverpool International Tournament on the 13th of June 2008. Although this event was a warm-up for Wimbledon, it was not part of the WTA Tour. In a rematch of the 1997 Wimbledon final, Hingis defeated Jana Novotná. In 2009, Hingis took part in the British television dancing competition Strictly Come Dancing. She was the bookies' favourite for the competition, but went out in the first week after performing a waltz and a rumba. At the start of 2010, Hingis defeated former world number 1 Lindsay Davenport, and hinted at a possible return to tennis. In February, she announced having committed to a full season with the World Team Tennis Tour in 2010. She had previously played for World Team Tennis in 2005 to assist her first comeback, sparking thoughts that she was trying to come back to the WTA Tour. She committed to playing at the Nottingham Masters. On the 5th of May 2010, it was announced that Hingis would reunite with her doubles partner Anna Kournikova. Kournikova was participating in competitive tennis for the first time in 7 years, in the Invitational Ladies doubles event at Wimbledon. Hingis also confirmed that she would play at the tradition ICAP Liverpool International Championship in June 2010, preceding Wimbledon, before playing in the Manchester Masters after Wimbledon. Liverpool, like the Nottingham and Manchester Masters, are organised by her management company Northern Vision. At the Nottingham Masters, Hingis faced Michaela Krajicek, Olga Savchuk and Monica Wejner. Hingis won just once in the event, against Wejner. After the Nottingham event, Billie Jean King stated that she believed that Hingis may return to the WTA Tour on the doubles circuit, after competing in the WTT 2011 on the 5th of June 2011. Hingis, paired with Lindsay Davenport, won the Roland Garros Women's Legends title, defeating Martina Navratilova and Jana Novotná in the final. Before facing Navratilova, Hingis and Davenport won 2 round-robin matches in the tournament, first against Gigi Fernandez, Natasha Zvereva, and then in the next match they prevailed over Andrea Temesvari, Sandrine Testadin 10-0 in the super tiebreak. On the 3rd of July, Hingis, partnering Lindsay Davenport, won the Wimbledon Ladies Invitation doubles title, defeating Martina Navratilova and Jana Novotná in the final. She also played for the New York Sport Times of the World Team Tennis Pro League in July 2011. She finished the season with the top winning percentage of any player competing in women's singles. Hingis and Davenport successfully defended the Wimbledon Ladies Invitation doubles title in 2012, again beating Martina Navratilova and Jana Novotná in the final.